Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back today. It is Sunday with our show, Spittin' Sports, with your host, the one and only Marlon Jackson, along with my partners always, Mr. King and Gary Hughes. So today we're going to be bringing up the NFC East. That's going to be our first division we're going to discuss this week. And moving forward, we'll get into all the other divisions while football season is getting ready to start. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start off with the Dallas Cowboys. They got a couple little things that, a lot of people are saying they're the odds to win this year. I don't see it, but maybe that's just me. So, King, I'll go ahead and let you elaborate on Dallas because you know the history about Dallas and, the traditions. So, do you kind of see them, taking this division this year, or do you kind of feel that they're just going to be the same like they did the last 3 to 4 years with the team they
I
have?
I don't see them winning the division because I don't know what Tony Paul is going to give you after that injury, and that's major. Wow, I mean, Zeke was only going to get you 2 or 3 yards per carry. His job in the pass pro and the pass protection, when he was good at picking that up. So
Mhm.
I'm not about to say that the Cowboys are about to win that division. I can't. No, I can't say that when you got Philly out there and Philly upgraded. When they got that defensive lineman from Georgia,
Oh,
look,
Carter, yeah,
oh,
Jalen
look,
Carter, yeah.
I'm an SEC football man. He's a monster. He is a monster, and that's one thing Philly does well: offensive line and defensive line. Every year they're going to draft offensive and defensive linemen, and they're going to rotate them. Way back with Jim Johnson before he passed away. So yeah, I got us trying to get a wild card, but I don't. I can't sit there and say they're gonna win that division because, like I said, I don't know what Tony Pollard is gonna bring you. Coming off a broken ankle, and they had to do some kind of special surgery. I can't
Yeah, I'm with you.
definitively
I'm
say
with
that.
you on that, King, because like you said, this is different now. It's not like it's a running back league like it used to be back in the days. So
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
probably utilize him as much as they can, and then try to figure out the rest from there. But I mean, they got certain weapons with Cooper and Lamb, but it's just like to me, it's just like that's not enough. I feel like you gotta
I
bring
think
other pieces.
the addition of Brandon Cooks is gonna be major as a wide
Yeah,
receiver.
you're right. If he can stay
But,
fully healthy and not have that
yeah,
ACL injury that he had the last 2 seasons,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that would
Yeah.
definitely.
Brandon Cooks, that addition is gonna be major. That's
And I always
because
say,
he's still running 4.445.
I'm with you.
Just
Yeah,
running nine
he still
routes,
got
just run
that
straight
speed.
down the
Yeah,
field.
for a 32-year-old, he still got speed enough to go out there and get what he got to get done to catch that ball.
Yeah, but like I
I
said,
just
I
think,
don't see them. I don't see them. Like I said, I don't know because with Tony Pollard, I just don't know. He's never been a lead back, even when he was in college.
mhm.
So to my mind, that means he's gonna get 15 carries and probably 5 to
You think he'll get
7.
to a 700-yard season this year at the most?
Oh, he's gonna have 700 yards, yeah, because he is a good running back. I'm not negating him, but I'm
Okay.
just saying if you've never been a lead back in the NFL, you were never lead back in college, and you went to Memphis. I don't know what that looks like, but I know what the Eagles are bringing to the table.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because they, like I said, they only got 4 new people from the team. Everybody else is still on there
Yeah,
from last year's
yeah,
team.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I know what they're bringing to the table.
So Hughes, what do you think about the Commanders? Do you think they have a chance of winning the division this year, or do you think that it's just gonna be the same the last couple of seasons with their team?
Well, I'm gonna go back to Dallas real quick. Um, the quarterback. What is he gonna do this year, King? He continues to get injured.
I don't think he's gonna throw 15 interceptions. That's
Will
all
he
I
have
can tell you.
will he have an injury-free season? Because he's been injured the past 2 years, right?
Yeah, he has, but I can't. I mean, I can't predict the injury thing, but I don't think he's gonna throw 15 interceptions.
Because
Yeah,
what
but I can't predict if he's gonna get hurt or sprain an. You know, I mean, I can't go down that street with you, but I don't think he's gonna throw 15 interceptions.
yeah, because when he's on, you can't stop him.
Um,
But then he'll throw that interception and
yeah,
it's no change.
look, hey Hughes, it's almost like Tony Romo.
Yeah.
It's up, they both played better when they were playing fast.
Mm-hmm.
When it was almost like a 2 minute drill. Come on, man, let's go. Get to the line of scrimmage. We're gonna run A, B, and C. Nah, cut that. We're not gonna run that. When they play faster, I think they play better.
But
But
Tony
when they
Romo,
sit back in the pocket and they thinking, oh, no, I don't need you to think. Look, after 3 seconds, I need you to run the ball. Let's go get 4-5 yards, and then we'll play for another down.
And Tony Romo would kill you off schedule.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hated to push him. I'll keep him in the pocket.
Right. But what about the times that the defensive ends know we're gonna keep you in the pocket?
Then he's done. He was average.
I'm talking about Dak Prescott too. Go ahead and run for them 4 or 5 yards, man, and then we'll do another down.
Right. But
so speaking of quarterbacks, what's Sam Howell gonna do?
Sam Howell, man, he showed me a lot last year against the Dallas Cowboys, which is a real-time game. But
a meaningless game. It was the last game.
It wasn't meaningless.
To you and to the Commanders, but to everybody else, whatever. Did they take that game off TV? Mark, did they take that off TV? Nobody will see that.
Y'all was in the playoffs, but it would have helped y'all to win that game, and I forget why.
No, our slot in the playoffs was already set.
You gotta think about it, Hughes. When they lose teams, all the teams, just like the NFL is always based off of win-loss. This team win, this team lose, this team make the playoffs. The record.
They played their starters the whole game.
I mean, no, Hughes. I'm not negating who played, and I will say this: I watched Sam Howell play in North Carolina like 2 years ago. He had 2 good running backs that were drafted.
Yeah,
and he had a good matter of fact. The Commanders signed one of his wide receivers, good wide receiver. Well, I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but I think he's a rookie quarterback.
I think he needs to get some more experience under his belt before we can put him in the category to.
But unfortunately, or fortunately, that would be Jacoby Brissett Sr. Jacoby Brissett will be the week 1 starter.
Yes.
For the Commanders.
Yes.
Why do I say that?
Because he's good.
He's good. Number 1, Ron Rivera is a dead man walking.
Are they gonna fire him, Hughes?
Yeah, he'll be done if they don't get to the playoffs this year. All right, the enemy, he has to prove himself. I'm not sure if they want to take a chance on Sam Howell. If Brissett is in training camp and just looks better, Brissett looked good last year with Cleveland.
Jacoby Brissett is a good quarterback and knows what he's doing.
But see, that's just like what you said though, King. When you went to running backs, you was just like those guys there who haven't been on snap, who haven't played the whole season. With the snaps, it's a different type of atmosphere when you start in week 1 versus starting week 8 and then going all the way into week 17.
Right. Now, Marlon, I hope Sam Howell starts. I want him to get his bumps and bruises and get better. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to go with Brissett.
I think they go with Brissett too until they're out of the playoff hunt. If they're out of the playoff hunt, but if they're in the playoff hunt, Ron Rivera wants to keep his job. He's gonna play Jacoby Brissett because Brissett
for sure, because he has experience and he has reps under him. But I think, like you said, if he wants to win, though, that's what I'm saying. That's what he'll do. But if he's just trying to go out there and fill Sam Howell and let him get his feet wet for the first couple of weeks and see how things go, then I understand because he wants them to get accustomed to the team, the playbooks. The routes, all that, but I just don't see.
Come on, let me ask a dumb question. Did you hear Hughes say that Eric Bieniemy had to prove himself?
Yeah, that was kind of.
I want to touch on that because the man has more Super Bowl rings than almost anybody in your building except Joe Gibbs. So can we talk about that a little bit?
But nobody has hired him to be a head coach, and he feels slighted.
I'm sure he does.
He feels very slighted.
But so he had to prove himself to who?
He got to prove himself to the new ownership that when y'all fire Rivera, that y'all move me up.
Okay.
And he has a lot to prove. That's why I think he's gonna go with Brissett. With that best score wide receivers in the National Football League.
With the what?
You broke up. The what?
Terry McLaurin. Yeah, De'Ami Brown. Josh Doxson. That's the best corner wide receiver. Curtis
Samuel.
Curtis Samuel. And then Killer Cam. I can't remember his last name, about 6'5".
That's a rapper. Killer Cam is a rapper. Let it go.
Yeah. And then we got Antonio Gibson, maybe the best all-purpose running back. He can go wide out. He did it in college. He was a wide receiver in college. All right.
I'm sorry. Let me get up off the floor. So what you were telling me is the wide receivers for the Commanders are better than the wide receivers from Kansas City?
Yeah.
They better than the wide receivers from San Francisco.
Kansas City got the best quarterback in the NFL, so it don't matter who he throws to. We got.
The receiver still has to get open.
Okay.
They still have to catch the ball.
Patrick Mahomes will throw you open, man.
Okay, but can he make you catch it?
Yeah.
And then you got to remember the Terry McLaurin and that crew. What quarterback had they played with?
No. I'm not disputing quarterback play, and they have not played with. I mean, they those are NFL caliber quarterbacks, but they have not played with a top 15 quarterback. I completely understand that.
Yeah, I can get that. I can respect.
But you got AJ Brown and you got Devontae Smith right there in Philly.
And who beat them this year? Was one of the teams
Kansas City.
Beat them?
Kansas City.
In the Super
Bowl.
Commanders beat them also. You do remember that, right?
Yeah. Like I say, the blind squirrel can find another every once in a while, Hughes.
Yeah, so we got the best defensive line in the NFL. We won't have the best defensive line in the NFL.
You got let me make sure I'm clear. You have the best defensive line in the NFL. You have the best wide receivers in the NFL.
Yes.
So that means you're gonna win the division.
We're gonna win this. It's gonna be easy.
Oh, okay.
Easy.
So what's the over on the win total? How many games y'all gonna win out of 17?
It'll be a tough fight, but we'll win it at 10-6.
You mean 10-7?
10 wins not gonna win that division.
11-6.
Okay. 11 wins might win.
10 might get them into the wild card game, but then it's gonna be tough trying to get into the wild card.
Philly got rid of their whole roster, man.
Say what?
Philly got rid of their defensive coach. He gone. They lost a lot of players. They won't be the same this year.
What are you talking about?
You ain't see all the players that left Philly. Not those wide receivers, but the rest of the crew. They lost some guys, man.
They lost 5 guys, and then they brought in 4 new guys who were rookies, and then they brought in free agents.
Exactly. They messed their chemistry up.
Man, they ain't messed their chemistry. They're gonna be right back on their grind, man. It's not like they got rid of the whole team.
And let's go back to Ben Robinson. Who's better in the NFC at running back than him?
Maja Sanders.
Who?
Sanders. Saquon and Sanders.
Nah.
Saquon. So that boy is better than Saquon Barkley.
You're pure running the ball. Oh yeah.
You gotta swing. You gotta swing out the backfield. You gotta catch the ball. You got pass pro.
Oh, he can
you
do
gotta
that
run between
too.
the tackles. You gotta run outside as a running back.
He can do that too, but we use Antonio Gibson on the backfield.
No, but you ain't saying Antonio Gibson. You said Bijan Robinson is the best running back in the division. Don't switch up to the other running back. We ain't talking about him. We talking about Bijan Robinson.
I got Saquon the best running back in the division.
I'm with you, King. I got Saquon, and
I got AJ Brown as the best.
I got that running back from the Eagles as the second best running back in the division. Because Sanders wasn't bad. They re-signed him again for another 3 years.
So we got some good draft picks. KJ Henry, Emmanuel Forbes. Yeah, we got some great guys, man.
Yeah, they can be great, but I mean, is great gonna get the job done?
I mean, the NFC East is terrible. We're gonna win that.
We just had 3 people go to the playoffs. How is the NFC East terrible? The Commanders the only one that didn't make the playoffs.
And then King, we had somebody represent the NFC East in the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Look, didn't every NFC East team win their first playoff game?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
So how is the NFC East terrible again?
Hey, most of them, Philly's gonna take a drop. The Giants get lucky. Dallas is just really average. So,
and then the NFC East is the only division where all 4 teams got a Super Bowl. How many of the divisions got that?
You talking about something that happened 25
years ago? This ain't no 25 years ago. The Eagles won a Super Bowl just recently.
Okay, one Super Bowl in the last 25
years.
Still,
but how many other teams have won Super Bowls where all 4 teams won in their division?
I don't know. I need to do my research on that. But
None. I already done the research for you. None.
Go to AFC West.
None.
Pittsburgh. No, I'm sorry.
It's AFC East.
The Broncos, the Raiders.
Chargers never won a Super Bowl.
And who's the other team?
Kansas City.
Yeah, they won a Super Bowl.
The Chargers haven't.
Is it 5 teams in the NFC
4.
West?
It's 4.
Okay. Well, 75% ain't bad.
Yeah, but we talking about 100%.
But we're going to move on. So right now I got the Commanders in first place.
Uh-huh.
I'll probably go with the Eagles in second. I'll go with the Giants in third. Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Hands down. Hands down.
Based on what?
Based on his skill set, his arm strength, his running ability. He's very mobile. He don't even get credit for being mobile. He's probably more mobile than the Cowboys quarterback. All right.
So when he was running that touchdown and he fell down, that's a testament to his mobility.
Who's more mobile than him in the NFC East?
Sam Howell.
We just talking about this NFC East right now.
Sam Howell is your quarterback.
Sam Howell has yet to prove himself.
But he's more mobile. I've seen him play. He's more mobile.
Okay, but he got to do it in the NFL.
And they gonna win the division.
Who? The Commanders? Yeah.
Based on what again? I need to write this down.
They got the best offensive coordinator in the league.
Okay.
They probably got the deepest skill players with running back and wide receiver.
Deeper than the Chiefs?
No, I'm saying NFC East.
Oh, okay. I'm just thinking. Okay, go ahead.
We got the best defensive line in the NFC East.
Okay.
Maybe the Cowboys. I don't know. And we working on corners. Special teams look pretty good.
And let me tell you this. Everybody else in the division gonna work on them corners too. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, they gonna work on them corners. CeeDee
Lamb and Amari Cooper, they gonna work on them corners.
Yeah, everybody gonna work on them corners. You're right. Everybody working on them.
I don't know, Heath. I mean, if I look at it like this, if I was going to name a division, I would say Hurts would probably be the best quarterback in that division. I would say if I'm going to do receivers, there would probably be in that division. There probably would be AJ Brown and Devontae Smith as the best wide receivers in that division. If I'm gonna do defense, I'm going with Philly, and then I'm going with the Commanders. Because when you add Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, and them guys,
Fletcher Cox is washed up, man.
And your defensive tackles fight on the sideline, but he washed up. Okay, then let them keep fighting on the sideline.
What has Fletcher Cox? What has he done the past year, Marlon?
What do you mean? He done what he needs to do. He's done his job.
They don't even call his name no more.
That's because he demands a double team, so you get to call Brandon Graham's name.
Yeah, you get to call Jalen Carter's name now. You get to call Jordan Davis's name. You get to call them guys' names now. They're like, go ahead, call us.
Yeah, Hughes. You look, y'all better try to get the wild card.
That's what I'm saying.
Marlon, we got the best young safety in the league with Cameron Curl. We looking good. We got the savvy veteran Kendall Fuller at the corner. And Emmanuel Forbes, he's a sleeper.
Oh, okay.
I will say this, Hughes. Y'all have probably the second or third best defensive line in the division.
That's what you have. Garbage. It's the Eagles division to lose.
Yeah, it really is. The Eagles are the only people that can beat themselves in that division. If they
and they got Nakobe Dean out of Georgia to go with the defensive tackle they got out of Georgia. Hughes, stop, man.
I'm like, Jonathan Allen and freaking Deron Payne can't even get along for a game to sit there and play defense, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see him fight. I want to see an MMA. I want to see MMA. Y'all go to the ring and get at it.
They supposed to be fighting. That's a great thing.
No, they not. They supposed to be winning games.
It's supposed to be people on there on the sidelines getting into arguments, cussing each other out when things ain't going right. That's passion, man.
But it's not supposed to be swinging on somebody. You can argue all day long, Hugh, but they swinging at each other.
They pulling a Draymond Green out there. That's what they doing.
Them guys are brothers, man. You see that guy? You see that guy about to beat up Peyton Manning? Who was that? Jeff Saturday? You remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
And that offensive lineman told Peyton, man, leave, go, man, walk away, man.
Okay.
That stuff's supposed to happen, man.
Really? So it's supposed to happen every week in every game.
It didn't happen every week. Marlon, you
no, I'm just talking about. I mean, if it's supposed to happen, you got 32 teams in the league. That means we should see that every week.
Yeah. They don't show
so
all
why
of
we don't see it?
They ain't gonna show all of it.
All right,
so you don't remember Gary Clark telling Joe Gibbs on the sidelines, man, throw me the ball, man.
Nah, I don't remember that. I wasn't alive.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen, man.
Okay, so ESPN is not going to show every sideline fight that happens in the NFL. Let me make sure I'm understanding you.
Nah, and all of it ain't swinging. A lot of it's just verbal.
Okay, so I'm talking about the swinging. No, you said that's supposed to. I'm talking about the swinging.
What's wrong? What's wrong with it?
Hughes, you said that's
you ain't never supposed to happen.
Hughes, you said that's supposed to happen. So I just want to know why ESPN won't show me that on the Sunday night at the end of the game on Sunday.
Yeah, the Sunday night primetime game, like when they
won't show me that.
There's nothing wrong with it. You ain't never grabbed Coverdale up.
We're not saying they ain't never can't do it, but we're saying why don't they show it on TV if it's that important?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they miss it.
Hugh, do you know how many cameras are out there? What you mean they miss it? Stop it, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, Martin, what's the next topic, man? What's the next topic?
You took my man John Allen, and them two guys are the best interior linemen in the NFL.
Let me be clear, Hugh. They are very good.
In the NFC East, they the best linemen in the NFC East. One of them.
What two interior defensive linemen are better than them together?
Look, the two in Philly.
Graham and what's his name?
Ain't nobody called that boy name in years, man.
Because he demands the double team, which frees the other man up.
I'm surprised Fletcher Cox still starting.
Look, never mind. Yeah, Marlon, what's the next topic?
So, Marlon, what's your prediction for the NFC East?
You mean as far as like the record, or you mean as far as winning?
The order. Who will win it? What place? First, second, third, fourth?
I'm going to go Philly going to be in first. I'm probably going to give – I hate to say this. I'm probably going to say New York is going to sneak and take number 2. I think Dallas is going to do number 3, and I think Commanders is going to end up in number 4.
What makes you think the Commanders going to be underneath Philly and the Cowboys?
Here's why I say this.
Marlon, we got the best offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they got it on. They got it. Sound good on paper, but what happens when they get into the actual game and start playing?
You're gonna see Ben Robinson running over trucking Bammers. You're gonna see.
Like I said, they sound good on paper, but every year when we start talking about this Commanders team, you never get to see that team because it's either injuries, somebody then got fired, somebody then got kicked off the team. It's always something. And then they wind up going into a losing season again and getting our hopes up.
Marlon, let me give you a name. Magic Johnson.
Magic ain't out there dressed up in a jersey and helmet out there running the ball and catching the passes.
Magic Johnson and the new ownership team, it's a new day, man.
Magic ain't out there on that field.
He don't need to be. As long as he stays in the go-go. And hype up the crowd, man, and come to the games, we good, man.
That ain't gonna do anything, man. First of all, here's another reason why.
You don't get no nickname like Magic, man.
First of all, Hughes, and here's the second reason why I say the Commanders are gonna do it, because me and King were talking about this last week. When you got more fans at your game than your own home fans, ain't no way your team gonna sit there and want to play for you, knowing that you got more jerseys from another team in your city.
That ended this year, man. It's a new day, Marlon.
I don't think it's in. I think it's still gonna keep going, man. To be honest
So
with
King,
you.
what's your prediction? Who first, second, third, fourth?
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders.
Okay.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
already know you.
I do think it's going to be a competitive division. I think the enemy brings a lot to the table, but I don't know if they have the talent that a Philadelphia has, or that the Giants have, or the Cowboys have. I think they might be like 2 drafts
Cowboys ain't
away.
got no talent.
Huh?
Y'all ain't got no talent. Y'all better pick up that Minnesota Vikings running back.
We made the playoffs. The Commanders didn't.
We only didn't make the playoffs because
We saw it.
Rivera.
That's why you didn't make it. You didn't win enough games. You didn't win enough games.
Decided to bench Heineke.
You didn't win enough games. That's why you didn't make the playoffs.
And you gonna put all your quarters into Taylor Heineke to win a championship, Hughes?
They tried to go with Wentz. It didn't work out.
And you didn't win enough games. That's why you didn't make the playoffs.
Well, we gotta upgrade a quarterback, man. Named Jacoby Brissett.
I do think Jacoby is going to be good.
I just don't think he's going to be good enough to get them to the playoffs and win playoff games.
What are you talking about?
He's going to be a great season quarterback, but he's not going to be a great playoff
He's
quarterback.
Just as good as Jalen Hurts.
No, he is not. What?
Oh yeah, he can throw. He can do everything Jalen Hurts can do,
except run. Except run.
Did I just hear this right? He just.
I told you, man. Change that next topic, boss. I tried to help you. Next topic.
How much better is Daniel Jones and the Cowboys quarterback over Jacoby Brissett?
Who is James Jones?
I mean Daniel Jones.
What you say? What's the question again?
Jacoby Brissett might be the second best quarterback in the NFC now.
He might be.
So what are you talking about, Marlon?
You don't know that yet.
You said he's better than Jalen Hurts. He can't run. The man wears knee braces. What are you talking about?
Dan Marino's better than Jalen Hurts, and he couldn't run. Joe Montana is better than Jalen Hurts, and he couldn't run.
Those are Hall of Famers.
First of all, that's different era football. Jalen Hurts is not a pocket passer, for one.
He is a pocket passer.
Man, no, he is not, man.
He was a pocket passer last year, but he can run when he wants to.
Man, he don't sit there and throw every single play like Dan Marino and them boys did, man.
He can. He's been able to do it lately.
He can, but he doesn't. Dan Marino did that for a living.
Marlon, who in the NFC East is better than Jacoby Brissett at quarterback besides Jalen Hurts?
Dak Prescott.
Are you crazy? You talking about quarterback, Dak Scott?
Yep.
You talking about, I'm sorry, turnover, Pratt, Zach, whatever his name is.
Dak got the job, man. And Dak has been playing more reps than Jacoby Brissett has, man.
All right.
Dak Prescott. I would put my money on Dak Prescott any day over Jacoby Brissett.
That's how you feel, King? Dak Prescott over Jacoby Brissett?
Remember, I've watched Jacoby Brissett since he played quarterback at Florida before he transferred to NC State. I've seen the best of Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett is a good quarterback. He is an NFL quarterback, but he cannot do all the things that Jalen Hurts can do. That's not accurate. He can't.
How many games he
run? Marlon, if you look into King, you look into the history of the Washington football team. We had 3 Super Bowl wins, and all 3 of those quarterbacks were average.
And you just was bothering Marlon about going through the history about everybody won a Super Bowl. So now you want to reminisce. Do you need Pete Rock and CL Smooth in the background?
Jacoby Brissett is better.
Come on, man.
Jacoby Brissett is better than Joe Theismann. He's better than Mark Rippon.
He better than Mark Rippon.
And he's not better than Doug Williams. But he got an arm. He's a leader.
But you talking about people who played 30 years ago.
Them guys is at home with beer bellies, man, sitting on the
quarterback.
watching 18.
Quarterback. What's the difference between a pitcher back in the day and a baseball and a pitcher today? Nothing.
Yes, it is. Them pitchers back today used to go for complete games. Hughes, don't do that now. These pitchers nowadays, they go 6 innings, then they tired.
Then they put the relief pitcher in now. Then they say, all right, go close out the
come on,
game.
man. Look, you know the pitchers back in the day, Hughes. Like, you a baseball man. You know the pitchers back in the day is go 8 innings.
And then
Hughes coming in the 9th inning.
You're talking about history, Hughes. Look at the history of the Commanders after Joe Theismann and them guys. Look at the history of quarterbacks that the Commanders have had. You've had Joe Campbell. You've had Rex Grossman. You've had Colt McCoy. You've had guys that is just like, y'all had all the pieces in the world, and still look what happened.
I think it's gonna be a competitive division though.
Because it's a new day, man.
I do, Hughes. I do like that defensive line. We're gonna have to see what Chase gives you coming off of that injury.
Like I said, because he set out that whole year. He set out that whole year. So I don't know how he's gonna be. He's gonna be having to have fresh legs.
But the problem with your defense is not the front four; it's them linebackers. Your linebackers are a little suspect.
Yeah.
Your linebackers are a little suspect.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Cam Curl. He's a good football player.
And then you got to think about it. They're gonna expose your secondary, man. That division. Everybody's gonna be getting. They receivers gonna get 100 yards a game against that secondary.
Are you crazy?
No.
Hughes, the Eagles just went to the Super Bowl. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are very. Did they both make Pro Bowl?
Yeah,
they are very good, Hughes. They are very good. And
then CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper go. Then you got CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper in Dallas, who's gonna go over there and catch on them secondaries and the Commanders.
Well, Cooper went to Cleveland now. Cooper went to Cleveland, but they replaced him with Brandon Cooks.
You're right. So Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb gonna be catching on them receivers and DC. So I mean, come on now, Hughes.
Marlon, you know the Eagles lost to the Commanders, right? 32-21.
Yes.
Yes, we're aware of that, Hughes.
You do you remember that, right?
Yeah, and I do also remember the Eagles going to the Super Bowl and out of that division. I do remember that too.
So let's not get it twisted. The division games are always going to be tough.
I mean, I get that because the division games it just goes towards who's going to make the playoffs.
Let me see what y'all did when y'all lost. When Philly did. Devontae Smith had 6 receptions for 39 yards. Looked like he didn't have too good of a game. AJ Brown, 1 reception for 7 yards. Come on, man. Who is this Quez Watkins? 4 receptions for 80 yards. Looked like he did the best.
I'm glad you brought that up. Let me see what USA Today says. By a narrow margin, the Eagles have the NFC East best trio of wide receivers, made on the strength of their top 2, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, who combined for 2,692 receiving yards and 18 touchdowns. Quez Watkins is the number 3 receiver, but he's Philly's 4th best option in the pass game behind Brown, Smith, and tight end Dallas Goedert. Brown is the top NFL wide receiver. I'm just reading what USA Today said. Brown is the top 10 NFL wide receiver, while Smith is somewhere among the top 25 and rising. Watkins is fast, running a sub 4.40 dashing the combine, and he's capable of making big plays in the passing game. The Commanders have the 2nd best trio in the NFC East. You want me to keep reading, or you good?
All I see is A.J. Brown, 1 reception against the Commanders in a
That's
loss.
1 game. We talking about the whole season here.
Okay. This
one game is not going to dictate somebody's steps. We're talking about the whole season.
I'm saying I see a score of 32-21. The Commanders beat Philly.
Do we see any? Did any of your receivers last year make 1,000 yards in receiving last year?
I don't know, but we didn't have a quarterback.
Hold on, let me look at him. McLaurin had to have 1,000 yards now.
I mean, I would hope he did. I mean, as good as Hughes portrays him to be, King.
Marlon, talk to me about your man Brown, though. Did he get hurt in that game? Maybe he got hurt. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. What happened, though?
Hey, things happen. They was resting him, man. You know, they already knew they had the division set. They ain't need to play him that much.
And did we sweep Dallas last year?
What? That's funny.
Did we?
Last year, McLaurin had 77 catches for 1,100 yards.
Okay. I'll stand corrected then, King. You
Yeah,
probably was the only
1,100
one
Yeah.
that had 1,000 yards on that team as a
Yeah,
result.
look, he didn't have as many yards as CD Lamb, but that's something different.
Next topic.
That's something different. CD Lamb had 1,300, but we're not gonna go down there.
CD Lamb soft, man.
Is he?
Soft as
He
lambskin.
better than Curtis Samuel.
What he do in the playoffs?
He better than Dobson.
Won the first game.
When the last time the Commanders won their first game in the playoffs?
When's the last time they been in the playoffs?
Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
No,
Marlon, don't do that. That's a touchy subject with him. That Kirk Cousins thing is touchy. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
you're right, King. Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. He's still mad.
And look what he's doing with Minnesota. He ain't doing anything with Minnesota.
Nothing. And I mean, Hughes, you just mad because the man got his money, but that's what the market demands. That's why running backs can't get paid. The market ain't about to give you no more than $10 million.
So Hughes, let me ask you this: do you think Saquon was smart for taking that deal and that contract for the Giants as a running back, knowing the market for running backs?
Nah, I do think with OJ Anderson, we just mentioned him earlier. Old running back used to be with the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Giants. He says that Saquon should have took that deal simply because, he could get hurt this year, or he could not play as well. And if he either or happens, he will never get a payday again in the NFL. So I think he should have took the deal. I mean, it is what it is. Running backs come a dime a dozen.
And that's unfortunate.
It's like what King said last time. Saquon Barkley was that offense. You got to pay that.
It don't matter. You can find a no-name guy to come in. Shanahan did it with a guy named Terrell Davis.
But he also had a guy named John Elway. But I don't know if you can find any running back to put with Daniel Jones. I think you need you. Hughes, you're absolutely right. I'm not arguing that. But with a Daniel Jones, I think you need you a stud.
And that's what they got in Saquon Barkley. They got a stud back there that can help Daniel Jones relieve some of that pressure off of him. Yeah. So he ain't got to worry
about it. Daniel
Jones
is not that good. Daniel Jones is not that good. And I think that's one reason Saquon was mad because they gave Daniel Jones all that money. Like, him? Y'all paid him?
I like Daniel Jones.
What do you like about him? Why? What do he remind you of? Who do he remind you of?
Let me ask you this. Who are his wide receivers, Marlon?
They don't even have some no-name wide receivers.
Daniel Jones can play.
He can play Madden. I don't see him playing NFL football.
He remind me of your man with Buffalo.
Who? Josh Allen?
Jim Kelly?
Josh Allen. He a poor man's Josh Allen, but he don't throw as many back-breaking interceptions as Josh Allen. Josh Allen would throw some bad interceptions at some bad times.
Yes, he will. But you put Daniel Jones in the same sentence with Josh Allen?
If you put Daniel Jones with Buffalo and you put Josh Allen with the Giants, Daniel Jones will take them to a Super Bowl. Daniel Jones ain't working with nothing but Saquon. He ain't working with nothing. He ain't got.
You didn't want to pay him. You're right. Daniel Jones is not working with a damn. There are no wide out. Who are the wide outs?
Yeah,
I think the only one I remember, King, is Sterling Shepard. I think everybody.
Marlon, I'm about to look it up.
Who is this tight end, Marlon?
Harris Campbell. He comes to the Giants. Has been in 4 seasons in the NFL with the Colts. Isaiah Hodgins came through last year. They cleared him off of waivers. Sterling Shepard and Wan'Dale Robinson returned from injury. Yeah, he's not working with nothing. I give you that. He's not working with nothing.
I like Daniel Jones, man. I will take Daniel Jones on my team.
Over Sam Howell?
Yeah, I'll take him.
Over Jacoby Brissett?
Today, yeah. July, whatever. What's today? Whatever today's date is.
Yeah, 30.
I'll take him today.
You take him over Jalen Hurts?
Nah, I want to take him over
Jalen Hurts. Good. That's a good question, Marlon. Boy, look, if that was the case, I'm about to get in my car to come do a wellness check.
I ain't gonna take him over Jalen. Jalen Hurts can play. He's a baller, man.
He's a baller.
I mean, if he doesn't fumble in that Super Bowl, they probably win that Super Bowl.
He's a baller. Yeah,
And
Jalen Hurts is a baller.
He went toe to toe with the best quarterback. Your man, if he doesn't have injuries, your man gonna go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. Over in Kansas City.
I don't know about of all time.
Are you crazy? Marlon,
You crazy Hughes.
have you watched them play?
I've watched them play the whole season.
He's hands down the best quarterback in the NFL.
What about Mahomes?
That's what I'm talking about, Mahomes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hurts.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Hurts. I thought you...
No, Holmes. Holmes the best quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Holmes may go down as the best quarterback ever.
He might.
He probably won't catch what's the name with the Super Bowl wins, but oh my goodness, man, he's a beast.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, right now he's number one in the NFL as the best quarterback, hands down. I mean,
who's the second best quarterback in the NFL? Do you have to say Jalen Hurts now? I mean, he went toe to toe with Mahomes.
I mean, I don't think you have to, but when you say toe to toe, see, that's always that quarterback versus quarterback thing. And
you can't compare those because they both not on the field at the same time.
It's quarterback versus defense. But I do think Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback. Who would be number 2?
Joe Burrow?
Nah.
Joe Burrow is nice. Josh Allen is nice. The boy in San Diego is nice.
The boy King from Jacksonville is nice.
Yep, Trevor Lawrence. Oh, you know who's second in the league? I'm tripping. Aaron Rodgers. Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't want to play last year, so yeah, he stuck it up. But them 2 previous years, what that back-to-back MVP years or something? Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
My third king, if he didn't get them concussions, man, mine would be Tua Tagovailoa. That would be mine.
Yeah, but I don't know what. But he can't. I mean, they need better pass pro than running backs. They need some offensive linemen.
Because, like you said, they got the offense, they just don't have the linemen.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Waddle, Hill, and then you got but you ain't got the offensive lineman to protect you. You to get the boys the ball.
Marlon, why do you feel like the running back should be paid?
I feel like the running back should be paid because when in doubt, they're the last line of defense. And if your last line of defense isn't happy and not paid, they're not going to do their job.
Marlon, who's the last team that had a running back that ran over 1,000 yards and they won a Super Bowl? And if you don't know, I'll let you know. New England Patriots, I believe it was 2017. And my man's name slipped off. Was it Blunt? Was his last name Blunt?
Yeah, LeGarrette Blunt.
Yeah, he's the last person to do it, man. Proving that you don't need 1,000-yard runner to win a Super Bowl, man. And what can you say? People winning without 1,000-yard runners now.
But you got to think about it, Hughes. If that's your only offense, you want to make sure that running back is secure and paid and locked in. Like New York knows that without Saquon, they wouldn't even been able to be in playoff talks or playoff competition.
Why not? How you know that?
What do you mean? How do you know? Look, we just named the players that was on New York Giants. Who was on there that was worthy enough to get the Giants?
It's a no-name guy out there that can probably do what Saquon can do without the spin moves. He might not be 4-3, but he might be 4.
Saquon carried the Giants to the playoffs, Hughes.
Okay, gentlemen. Now I just pulled up something dumb. Bleacher Report ranking the top wide receiver trios in the league. Because we did switch to running back. Let's talk wide receivers for a minute.
Okay.
Let's see. Number 7, the Chargers: Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Jalen Guyton. Number 6, the Dolphins: Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Cedric Wilson Jr. Number 5, Minnesota Vikings: Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and KJ Osborne. Number 4, Los Angeles Raiders: Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, and Mac Hollins. Number 3, Los Angeles Rams, Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson II, and Van Johnson. Number 2, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Russell Gage. At number 1 in the league, they have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd from the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's Bleacher Report. That's what they say.
Okay.
And I forgot about the boys. I forgot about the boys of Cincinnati, but yeah, because T. Higgins is a number 1 by himself, and they would have to give him some money.
So Hughes, let me ask you this, Hughes. If the Giants didn't have Saquon Barkley, would have they made the playoffs or been in playoff contention?
Probably not. But they can replace him, man. He can be replaced.
He can be replaced, Hughes, but I don't think he can be replaced as easy as you think he can because you have a Daniel Jones. If you had a John Elway, yeah, you could just plug
a Dan Marino,
Gary,
Dan Marino or Tom Brady, yeah, but that's not the case.
Yeah, but they can bring what's the name in there from Minnesota and replace him.
No. That man is going to the Jets. He's not going to the Giants.
Okay, well, who's the other running backs? Because there's some more out there. Anybody else?
Zeke is out there.
Yeah, they can go get Zeke and replace him.
No.
Zeke can replace him.
Saquon is a top 10 running back in the league, man. What are you talking about, Hughes?
So you saying Zeke ain't as good as him?
No, not right now.
No. And I'm a Cowboy fan. No.
Marlon, Saquon can be replaced. Where the person
but not with Daniel Jones as the quarterback.
Not with this offense in New York right now.
Okay, that's one team. But tell me why 1,000-yard runners have not won the Super Bowl. Talk to me.
Because but Hughes, do you understand? Let me say something dumb. You understand a 1,000-yard rusher in a 17 game season ain't nothing but like 80 yards a game.
Exactly.
So
1,000 yards ain't even really impressive.
So why you keep talking about 1,000 yards when you were talking about a Saquon who had over 1,000?
Because that's kind of the gauge of the
used
measurement.
To be. Hughes, you're right. That used to be, but that ain't the gauge no more, though.
Yeah, this is a different era of football now. It's not the run game.
And they don't run the ball like they used to.
King, I'm a John Riggins guy. I'm a Gerald Riggs guy. Yeah. I'm from the era, King, when you gave the ball to Earl Campbell and them 30 plus times. What the coach from Buffalo say? Why you give OJ the ball so much? Because the ball is not heavy. I'm from that era. It hurts me to see this passy, happy passy game. But Mike Shanahan taught me something. I don't need a big name guy to get 1,100.
But he had John Elway, man.
John Elway couldn't win until Terrell Davis got there. He didn't get him a Super Bowl until they became a running team.
But Orlando's Gary, you could do that because you have a John Elway,
right? But think about because you gotta be aware of John Elway. Marino never had. Did he ever have 1,000-yard runner?
I can look it up, but that's why he never win no Super Bowl.
Yeah, but the game has changed now, Marlon, and I can't really articulate in definite why it's changed the way it is. But you look at my man at 49ers, he probably the best offensive coordinator in the league, the coach with the 49ers. Man, they be putting some stuff together, man, where they don't need their running back to grind it out.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that what you're not saying is correct, but what I'm saying is, in the offense that the Giants have, if you replace Saquon, you're not going to have.
Talk about the Giants. We got to move on from the Giants.
We're not moving on from the Giants because we talk about running back.
Can we talk about Bill Walsh?
Now you're going backwards. When I went backwards, you said let's stay on.
Because I'm trying to show you that the game has been kind of changing. The value, the running back value is gone. It's done.
But for that team, no, it's not. They need that value.
But they ain't gonna win no Super Bowl with that style.
You're right, but it would give them a chance to get.
What team your boy play for that y'all love so much? The best running back in the league?
Who?
Who's the best running back in the league?
Right now?
Huh?
talking about right now?
Yeah.
It might be Derrick Henry.
Yeah, are they gonna win a Super Bowl? Hell no. They ain't never winning no Super Bowl with that style. They just not. You gotta put the ball up.
Hughes, you just embraced that you love that style. So you don't
I
want to win a
do.
Super Bowl.
I do. But
So you don't want to win a Super Bowl.
It's dead now, King.
But Hughes, you just said that's what they're gonna do with Bijan Robinson. Isn't that what you just said? What the Commanders gonna do?
Well, no, they're not gonna run to death.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Now, okay, here go the stats. Let me see what we're looking at.
Marlon, I'm actually with you. It hurts my heart,
1,000-yard running backs under Dan Marino. Dan Marino had Tony Nathan, but he never got more than 1,700 yards a season. He had Lorenzo Hampton. He peaked out at 830 yards a year. He had Sammy Smith, 831 yards. Mark Higgs, they ain't even got his numbers on it. Terry Kirby, he had 1,035 yards.
Oh, wow.
Next was Bernie Palmerly. Nah, nothing. He had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, he had 1,000 yards. He ran for 1,100 yards his rookie year. Lawrence Phillips. Okay, we know how that played out. We're not gonna do that. We're not.
So Hughes, for somebody who's so hard on running backs, man, you're saying that any running back can come in and replace an elite running back right now in the NFL and do what they can do.
You don't need your running back to be elite anymore to win a Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
Hughes, I agree with you. But there are certain teams that need a running back. Tennessee Titans need Derrick Henry. The Giants need Saquon. Your team doesn't necessarily need Robinson to do that, with what you say. So you are absolutely right. The Bengals don't need a running back to do that, but Joe Mixon is a bad man.
Just like Cleveland with Nick Chubb, King. Like I said, they don't need Nick Chubb, but Nick Chubb is a bad boy.
Yeah. I mean, for Hughes, you're right, but there's certain teams that need that running back, though. There's certain teams that need it.
Now, I'm not saying they're going to win the big dance with that running back, but that running back is going to give them a better chance at winning games to get them to where they need to be at.
Marlon, we trying to win a Super Bowl, man.
So what you gonna do with Robinson?
You sitting up here talking about practice, man.
So what you gonna do with Robinson? You trying to win the Super Bowl? What you gonna do with Robinson?
We gonna run him because right now the pass set. You know what I'm saying? The pass sets up the run. The run doesn't set up the pass anymore.
Okay. So
Yeah,
how many carries you think he gonna get a game?
Probably about 15.
I think he'll get more than that. I think he should between 15 and 20. I think between 15 and 20 is good. That's a good workload.
Hughes, if you look at the Giants and the Tennessee, you just said the pass sets up the run. Them guys don't got no pass game to set up the run. They gotta run. The run sets up the pass.
You're right about that.
I need you to go study Shanahan's zone blocking scheme. That's why he can produce. He don't need Saquon. Shanahan.
But the Giants need Saquon Hughes. They're not running that zone. I know what you're talking about. That zone, that zone blocking scheme.
They might want to start running it.
Hughes, they need Saquon.
Do you think? I called him Young Shanny, the son. Do you think he bought that guy from Carolina because he could run, or he could catch, or he could do both?
Both.
Yeah, he didn't bring him over there just to be a pure runner.
But he's not a running back. Debo's not a running back.
No, the running back from
He's talking about McCaffrey, King. He's talking about Christian.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why you bring McCaffrey in?
Because McCaffrey adds more to their offense than just a pass game.
Yeah, he can do both.
Yeah, he can do both. Saquon actually can do both. I'll give you that. I'm trying to
understand what you're talking about.
But ain't nobody tripping off no more. Ain't won't be no more Derrick Henrys. Won't be no more Ezekiel Elliott's getting paid big money.
You're right.
They got to be versatile.
You're right. I'm with you on that. But as far as this scheme fit and as far as what works for their team, it's them running backs. And if you don't pay them guys, what else are you going to spend that money on? Because it's going to be hard to find somebody else to put into the teams to win games.
Let's go to a break and come back and give me y'all top 5 running backs in the NFL history in order.
Oh
Why
no,
not?
I can't do that. That take more than the break, Hughes. You talk. I'll see y'all tomorrow. You talking about top 5 ever?
Top 5 ever.
Ever?
Or you just want to do it now in the show?
Hey Hughes, I saw something today.
I
They
can
had
end
the
it now.
top 5 from the 2000s. They had Fred Taylor, Edgerrin James. I can't think of them in order, but then they had LaDainian Thompson that was on there. And it was 2 others. I was like, damn. And that's just in the 2000s.
Hughes, what did Stephen A. say for his top running backs when we was watching that? You told me to turn to ESPN.
I don't remember. You told me.
Stephen A. Smith said he had Emmitt Smith, Jim Brown, O.J. Simpson, Walter Payton, and Barry Sanders was his number 1.
And he was tripping. So I'm going with Walter Payton because he could run, he could block, he could catch out the backfield, and he could also throw.
What about Jim Brown?
I'm going Jim Brown, number 2. I mean, he Jim Brown, man. He retired after 9 seasons. He was
What
big.
about Barry Sanders?
I'm going Barry Sanders, number 3.
What about LaDainian Tomlinson?
No, I'm going Eric Dickerson, number 4.
Oh, I like Dickerson. Earl Campbell. O.J. Anderson. Gerald Riggs. John Riggins.
Christian
Tony
Okoye,
Dorsett.
Marcus
Dwayne
Allen.
Thomas. Come on, Hughes. You just can't.
I might have to go. I might have to go Franco at number 5, man.
Franco.
Franco Harris.
Okay.
That's my top pick, man.
Franco is number 1?
No, number 5. Number 1
number
is
5.
Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson. That's a hard one. It's hard after that for me. I don't.
That's what I'm about to say. You just can't talk your top 5 running backs of all time. Nah, that's.
I might have to go Gale Sayers, man.
See,
His
I
career
can't do that.
His career was shortened, but
hey, y'all see it on ESPN? All I need is 18 inches of daylight. I was like, damn.
who your top 5
inches?
is?
Huh?
Who your top 5?
I can't give you no top 5. I mean, I'm an Emmitt Smith fan, Florida Gator Cowboy.
All right, give me your top 5, no order.
I'm gonna take him out. No, I'm gonna take him out. That don't count, but that's a 5. Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Dickerson, Earl Campbell, LaDainian.
How you leave Walter Payton out?
Oh, see, I can't do it. I mean, I can't do it. You're absolutely right. How do you leave Sweetness out? I mean, you're right. I can't do it. I'm not even about to tell that lie.
Go ahead, Marlon.
If I'm gonna end it like this, I'm gonna end it with Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Barry Sanders. No order. Barry Sanders. My bottom 2, and this is probably because this is my era, but I'm gonna put LT as my in there, and I would probably put. And this is just me. This is just my opinion with it, but I will put Marshall Faulk as mine.
Oh, okay. Look, and I can't be mad at Marshall Faulk. I mean, but like I said, Hughes, you just can't. Since 1950, you can't say the top 5 running back. Nah, because like you said, Hughes, everybody knew Walter Payton was getting the football. Name one quarterback outside of Jim McMahon that played for the Bears, but Walter Payton was there. Just one.
Vince Evans.
Back up. Try again.
Who
So everybody, my point is, Hughes, everybody knew Walter Payton was getting the ball.
Right.
And he's
like
still
Detroit,
ran for
everybody
275 yards.
Just like Detroit, everybody knew Barry
Vikings.
Sanders was getting the ball. In Detroit, everybody knew Barry
Same
Sanders.
way. Everybody knew Barry Sanders was getting the ball. So I mean, yeah, I can't. Yeah, that right there, that ain't no fair question.
Marlon, and some people that may argue that Barry Sanders wasn't the best Detroit Lions running back.
Who was? Barry Sims? I mean, Billy Sims?
Could have been Billy Sims.
Billy Sims was a bad man, but he wasn't that. Nah, he wasn't that. He wasn't that. And I feel you, but he was not that.
King, trivia question. Why is one of the greatest cornerbacks from the Raiders, Lester Hayes, not in the not a trivia question, but why is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Stick him.
Okay.
Stick him. They want to say he got all the interceptions to stick him. And my point is, even if you had all the stick him on you, you had to be awful close to that man. Because if that man beat you, I don't care how much stick him you got. You had to be awful close to that man for that stick him to even work. But yeah, stick him.
Okay. Well, I'm good, Marlon.
Well, with that being said, y'all, we appreciate you guys looking out for the show. We'll be back next week to let you guys know about another division we'll be talking about and discussing. And we'll kind of go from there and give you more insight, stats, statistics with it, and keep it moving. So continue to keep watching us, continue to keep supporting. We'll be back next week with another division to talk about.
Peace.
Now, Hughes,